welcome to my channel. If you don't already know, my name is Mazi, and if you're watching this video, you're probably wondering about my DCP application process, and you're also watching for my DCP tag. So first I'll start with the DCP tag. So I got my list here. How did you hear about the program? I heard about the program from YouTube. So I was a senior in high school when I found out about the Disney College program. I was watching YouTube one day and I was kind of watching just like a Disney vlog, and in the suggested down below from the video it showed a day in the life of a DCP intern. I was like, what is that? So I clicked on it, and then from that moment on I was like intrigued and had to find out more. Okay, so the next question is, how was the interview process? So I'll get into more detail later about the interview process, which is going to be at the end of the video. But in general, the interview process was basically anything that you can imagine a Disney interview would be. It was magical, it was fun. I felt like I was just talking to a friend about how much I loved Disney and why I should be a part of their program. The next question is, where were you when you found out? I was going to school that day, and my friend texted me and she was like, oh my gosh, she was like, they're sending out acceptances today. And I was like, it was the first round of acceptances. So I had my interview the week before, so I was like, I'm probably not going to catch it. But I did. So I had to sit in class all day and wait to check my email when I got home. So I checked the email when I got home, and sure enough, there was my acceptance letter. But of course nobody was home, so I had to call, and nobody got to see my general reaction. But that's fine. Anyways, the next question is, what is your role, and then what are your preferred roles? So most of you don't know my role. If you know me personally, you may or may not know my role. I've been keeping it a secret until I found out my location. But my role is attractions. So part of that question was, what are your preferred roles? My preferred role was character attendant. When I got my acceptance letter and I saw attractions, attractions was my second choice. I was relieved. But my third choice was Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. And they said it's a rarity that somebody gets Bibbidi Bobbidi, but that's fine, that's fine. Maybe in my next program, we'll see. The next question is, how did you find your roommate? I actually found my roommate through the DCP page, like basically everybody else does. I had posted my like bio type thing of like who you are, what type of friends you're looking for, so on and so forth. And Peyton just so happened to comment and be like, I want to be your roommate. So that's how we're doing. And it also says, how many roommates do you want? I don't know. I've lived with 4 people or like 3 other people my whole life, so I wouldn't mind just doing a 4-person apartment. But, so the next question is, what are you going to miss while on your program? That's a basic question. I think I'm going to miss like my friends, my family, my boyfriend, pals. What is your favorite Disney park? Magic Kingdom. Next question is, what do you want to do when you first get in? I can't get into the park as a cast member until after traditions. So probably just go to Disney Springs, check out some more of Universal. I went to Universal and Disney back in last October. So what is number 1 on your DCP bucket list? Definitely eating at the Sci-Fi Drive-In. I've not ate at the Sci-Fi Drive-In. I really didn't know it was a thing until I saw somebody from my town go and eat at it, and I was like, why haven't I ate there? But I think they just have like hamburgers and stuff. That's probably why I haven't. So. And the last but not least question is, what is one thing you hope to take away from your program? I hope to take away lifelong friends and a lot of learning experiences. So yeah. So that's all I have for the DCP tag. Now let's get into the application process. So when you want to do the program, you obviously fill out the application. It's kind of easier said than done. Took me 3 times to figure that out. I'm not going to go into detail of how you should do your application because everybody's different and they look for different things, but definitely something that helps is having a lot of work experience. I mean, that wasn't my make it or break it. My make it or break it was my, like, not skills, but how I worded things. You want to word things as a Disney person would word them. Does that make sense? Like, you don't want to be like super strict. You kind of want to be, you want to be strict but fun. That made no sense, but it's the truth. It's the truth. And that took me 3 tries to figure out. So, to each their own. So once I got out of application received, I applied the first day, got out of AR 10 minutes after I had applied, and I was sent a WBI. A web-based interview is basically a personality type of quiz. And I've taken one before for another job, so I've had experience with that before, but also not in the same way. It's like, are you a people person? Do you like being around people most of the time? I like being around people a little bit of the time. It's just different things. One piece of advice I have for that is to stay consistent. Really read your answers. Don't overthink it. I'm an overthinker, and with this test, I had to just click and go. I couldn't think about it. I had to just click, go. So, if you pass the web-based interview, you are then offered a phone interview. I don't know how the phone interview technically works. I have seen people say that they got a phone interview X amount of days after their WBI. But then I've also seen the majority of people say that they've received a phone interview after their, like right after the WBI, which is what my case was. So I can only speak towards my case. Right after my WBI, it said phone interview required. So at this point, I'm crying. I'm sobbing. And I didn't really know what to expect with a phone interview. I did not think I was really going to get that far. But I'm glad I did. And yeah, I did. So getting into the phone interview, look up the questions. The questions are online. You're not going to have all of them. There's like over 200. I wrote each 200 out and studied each 200. And you'll find out how to answer the questions through everybody else's YouTube videos. That's not uncommon. I would give you advice, but it's not my advice to give because I don't have my own personal tips. I took some tips from my CP friends who were already in the program and who were like, I can help you out. So they kind of showed me the way and how to answer the questions and so on and so forth. So you schedule your phone interview, you pick the day, you pick the time, it gives you the available times. I think it lets you schedule it maybe a week in advance. That's like it, no more further. That was my case anyways. Yeah, it was rough. Anyways, honestly, just when you get onto your phone interview, just be you and be happy. Make sure you smile. They know when you're smiling and when you're not. And also if you sound like you're very, very interested and that you're there to learn and not play. Of course, they want you to go to the parks as much as possible, but you also want to talk because they do offer classes. And you want to talk like you're there for the class, not the play. So the interview in itself was fun. It wasn't really that scary. I had a great time personally. I had a ball with my interview. I was super excited to have my interview. I really enjoyed my interview. My recruiter was Stephanie. So she was nice and I really liked her, and she apparently really liked me because I got my offer on the first set of acceptances. So we must have made a really strong friendship. In all seriousness, I really liked her. She was really nice, and she laughed at my jokes. She agreed on things, you know, and really we just really talked about our love for Disney. And it never hurts to compliment the cast members on your phone interview. It doesn't hurt to compliment. So I threw out a compliment. I was like, every time I've ever been to the parks, someone's always there making magic for me. They are welcoming me with open arms. So that is all I really have to say about my application process. It's pretty self-explanatory. goes application, WBI, and then your PI. And it's a fun process. It's fun and it's stressful, especially if you want it more than anything like I did. It is a very stressful process. But it is so worth it in the end because all your hard work pays off, because you, more than likely, if you worked hard, you got accepted. And yeah, I leave January 18th. My family and I plan to go down a couple days prior just to look around, explore, and enjoy Disney before I start and become a cast member. So thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me and I'll answer as much as possible. Also, if you plan on applying for the fall of 2020, please let me know. I will help out as much as possible as well. Thank y'all for watching. Hope to see you soon. Bye.